Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Bleav in San Diego Baseball, the podcast. I'm your host, Alex Miniak, alongside the three-time MLB All-Star and Padres legend himself. He is Heath Bell. Heath has his Fantasy Camp shirt on. He's ready to depart for Fantasy Camp 2026. That is the 2025 edition T. You packed? You ready? Head to Arizona?
Yeah, I'm packed. I'm ready. I'm getting ready to go to spring training. I'm really excited. Well, I'm going to fantasy camp, but it's a fun time. Campers are texting me and kind of excited to be there next week. We're trying to figure out where we're going to go watch football on the weekends. So it's going to be a good time. Good time.
Now, do you get a lot of repeat campers year to year?
We get probably, I think there's, I don't know, about 60 campers or maybe more, 60, 80 campers. And I would say 15 to 20 of them are repeaters that have been there. I think there's about 7 guys that have been there to every camp. So I've become really good friends with them. And then at the end of every camp, the whole team, we get like on a feed, like a group text.
Yep.
I'll tell you, during the season, it's kind of boring and I don't really like, hey, we're going to the game, this and that. And I'm like, I don't want to listen to you guys mute. But yeah, so don't tell the campers that. But during the holidays, that's where we feed like, hey, how you guys doing? Or if there's a happy birthday, they put it on there. Or if a big, Padre game or they're in first, we throw it on there. And, I mess with them sometimes. Or if they'll ask me questions. And yeah, it's a good way of knowing the fans and they get to know me and personally. I mean, every coach does it in fantasy camp. So it's a good time. It really is.
That's pretty cool. Normally when you think of going to an event like that, you think it's kind of a one-time deal and you get to live out a dream and you get to have some fun for a week or a few days or what have you. And it sounds like these relationships carry on, which is really cool. It's a cool way to make friends and network and connect.
One of the cool part is, even if you come one-time thing, because it kind of is expensive to go, anytime I go to a Padre game, it's probably 2 to 3 times a year. I put on the group text, hey guys, I'm gonna go to the Padre game, these games, or I'll be in town this weekend. And, sometimes I meet up for having some drinks or have lunch or see him at the Padre game and see, hey, I'm sitting in this section, come say hi. So even if you come one time, eventually, you meet up with the ex-player, me, and, you can do some cool things. So it's always fun I think for me, it would be awesome, because I was a big baseball fan growing up and I still am, even a Padre fan because I was born in San Diego. So it was like, man, for me, like Wally Joyner's there, he was kind of an angel, but then a Padre.
Mm-hmm.
And even though he was my coach one year, I'm still like in awe. Come to camp, I'm like, dude, that was Wally or Carlos Hernandez. Certain guys I kind of looked up for, when I was growing up, it was kind of like, whoa, they're my coach now, or hey, they treat me as a peer, even though I've been in the big leagues too with them. I just think it's a cool thing because I'm a big fan, just like all the campers out there, and it's just a fun time.
That is cool. I really didn't think of it that way. I thought it was like more or less a one-time thing. But yeah, if you get to meet new friends and heroes in the same room, that really kind of makes it unique.
I will tell you, the Padre camp is not as big as the Mets camp because Mets it's a 1 week, like the same thing, but it's you play 8 games in 5 days, and there's 2 weeks. So there's a week 1 and a week 2. It becomes like a guys trip, and the Padres, there's probably about 5 or 6 guys. The last 5 years, it's become a guys trip for them. That's where they get away, and hey, I'm gonna get away with my boys, and we're gonna save up all year and go to this camp and be with the ex-major leaguers and hang out with them and have some drinks with them and tell stories and ask them weird questions because we pretty much will do it all. And like we have a ex-Marine that came a couple years ago that lost her leg. And it took me about 4 days to get her to come out because she was just, shy, and everybody's going to love that she's coming back. And it's kind of like a big surprise because I've been bugging her to come back the last couple of years, and she's finally coming back. So I think only 1 or 2 campers know that she's coming, and it's going to be a good time. Everybody's going to see her, and it's just going to be awesome.
So. That is cool. That is cool. Well, best of luck at camp. I know we'll be talking to you at camp next week, and
Yep.
maybe we'll have some of the other coaches on like we did with Hojo back at Mets camp. But I do want to dial it back because there was a gingerbread New Year's Eve party going down in Belltown. I want to know how that went. Who won? What are the deets? Give them to me.
Well, it was exciting. There was a lot of people. Let's put it this way. I made 18 homes, 16 participated. One was a no-show until late because something happened. And other ones just didn't want to participate because they were like, we're not very good. And
yeah, but you can't win if you don't try.
I know, but it was my neighbors, but whatever. But ended up my boys came in second or third place, and my brother actually became first place again, and he had a choo-choo train and lights.
Oh.
So yeah. He's won 2 years in a row now. And my boys wanted to beat him, but it didn't happen, and you can kind of see.
Oh, wow. Okay, so that's no joke. That's no joke. Yeah, some of these are really, really cool. The ones with lights especially. I mean, you can't beat a train. Look, that has a pretzel fence.
There's pickleball sports.
Yeah.
And then that was my boys. It was a castle.
Oh, that's the castle. You know what? You made it sound like the castle was going to be like lazily done. That's a really good castle.
Actually, it was not gingerbread. It was graham crackers.
Okay. Is that a pickleball court?
Yeah, because we had a little pickleball tournament too. That's pickleball in the backyard. But yeah, look how creative everybody got. It was like the best yet.
Yeah, that is solid. That is
and the
solid.
last one over here was it was like on water.
Yeah, I love your photography too. It's like we're flying through with a drone.
Yeah, I was probably drinking.
Is that a fighter jet?
Oh, they were supposed to be like they were in Cocoa Beach or something like that.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like a Top Gun.
Is the one that won, and it has a choo-choo train. The first one, but the last one right here, right there, right here.
Oh, that's slick.
So that one right there.
That is super slick.
And it had incense, so like the chimney was burning.
Oh, that's cool. So cool.
Yeah, so it was a good time. Everybody had an hour, and the funny part is where I didn't get mad, but I showed everybody to use the icing, and I said, okay, everybody has one tube of icing. If you need more, I have some more. I'll be in the kitchen. So I went outside and kind of looked at a couple people, see how they were doing. I come back in, and I had about 6 extra bags. Have no extra bags now.
Well, by the looks of things in your video,
people were just taking them. And I said, I gave everybody one, and it was full. So I had to make some more bags, but I had extra bags, so I didn't have to make them. And when somebody ran out, here's another one. So I stood by the icing, and trust me, I refilled it, I don't know, about 4 or 5 times, and then ran out of icing, but it was pretty much over by the time. So it was good. It was fun.
Yeah, it looked like a lot of fun. Well, my New Year's Eve party was in the Sheridan lobby in Salt Lake City after the bar closed at 10 o'clock. So sitting with your coworkers around a fire. We talked about this on the last episode. I've transitioned now into my off season that is the Monster Jam portion of my off season. So I travel around with Monster Jam. Monster Jam, by the way, everybody thinks that Monster Jam is just like one tour, one city, one set of trucks at a time. Oh no, we've got 5 domestic tours going on simultaneously and 1 international one. I'm on the one they call Arena Championship Series West. So we'll be going to places like Reno this weekend. We'll go to Sacramento. We'll go to Tacoma, Denver, Tucson, Portland, a few other stops as well, and Memphis, just outside of Memphis as well. And I love Monster Jam. They're long days. We could do 3, 4, 5 events in one given weekend, especially on the arena side. So you learn to grow close with your comrades because you're in the trenches a lot. And my role on this is to be a play-by-play host or a pit reporter. In this case, I was a pit reporter in Salt Lake City. and we broadcast all of the events on YouTube Live. So we produce it like a TV show that is not only sent to YouTube, but is also sent into the arena as well. And one of the really, 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 really cool things about Monster Jam, besides being big trucks, loud, fast, heavy, unapologetic, all that good stuff, is hanging with the drivers and really getting to know the drivers and just the general access of motorsports in general. Like, I work in baseball. One of the things that people say to me all the time is like, oh, you must hang out with all the players all the time. And I'm like, no, that's kind of the farthest thing from the truth. The closest I get to a player, Heath, is you.
Yeah, do it through a screen.
Yeah, we do it through a screen, right? It just doesn't happen. It's, in baseball, the players have their space, and that is the clubhouse, and that's where they go after 162 to kind of relax and cool out or hype themselves up or celebrate a win or what have you. It's more of a tradition in motorsports to get out with the fans and let the fans into their world. So, and that goes for us too that work the tour. So we go out to dinner with these guys. We chat with these guys. They hang with us in the hotel lobby. We spent many a nights in the hotel restaurant, passing the time or seeing what was open. We don't get out till like 10 o'clock, 10:30 some nights, and you got to find a place that's open. So it's just really cool to see, especially we have a lot of families and we have a lot of children in our audience, to see these kids' eyes just as huge as dinner plates, watch these trucks, and then get to meet these drivers after, especially if they're somebody they look up to. And I love that part about motorsports. And every year about this time, I'm reminded why I like motorsports, because it is such a cool fan connection.
That's awesome. I love watching the show, and my boys love going to the show, and we're going to have to hit Austin this year and maybe Dallas. But every time they were at Petco for the last couple of years, we went there. It's fun to watch the show. It really is.
Yeah.
I'm kind of envious of you right now because you get to hang out with the drivers and mess with them.
Yeah, you have fantasy camp this weekend. I have fantasy camp every weekend. We got a really cool roster of drivers this year. We've got a rookie. We have a second-year driver who encountered a lot of issues last year. His name is Tim Hall Jr., and he drives a truck called Jurassic Attack. And Tim and I bonded a lot last year, and his brother is the crew chief. So he, myself, and his brother bonded a lot last year, especially in the pits, because something was always broken on his truck. I swear over the course of the season, he rebuilt this truck from scratch, and now that he's got all that rebuilding done and he's come back this year, he is winning, and he is winning a lot. And of course, we've got El Toro Loco, and we've got Gravedigger, and we've got a Monster Mutt, and our Monster Mutt Dalmatian driver is one of the most skilled and most awarded drivers that we have so far in Monster Jam. So we've got a nice balance of personalities and accomplishments across, and they all tell great stories. It's fun.
It's almost like every time I go to the show, I'm like, because I got a big truck, and I'm like, wonder if I can do that in my truck.
No. Well, we'll have to see if we can fit
I still think I can, but I know I can't.
We'll have to see if we can fit your truck, Heath, with some 66-inch tires. And then might need to get a little bit bigger of a wheel. We might have to jack up the suspension a little to fit him underneath, but we'll get there someday.
Got to get a new wife and new family because they think I'm going crazy. But
No. You're just, you know what? You're taking your skills to the next opportunity. That's all. You're an all-star in Major League Baseball. You could be a World Finals champion in Monster Jam. It can happen. It can happen, Heath.
Maybe for my birthday, I'll start working on it.
There you go. Fantasy camp this year, Monster Jam University next year for you. That's my goal for you.
All right. That sounds like a good goal.
Well, coming up on Bleav in San Diego Baseball. By the way, if you've not followed us, make sure you do so on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and iHeart. By the way, I took a look at our analytics over the holidays. We're gaining some listeners, so thank you for joining us here on this program. We got a lot in the store, especially as we ramp up the spring training and the 2026 season. So, again, if you are a listener, you haven't told your friends yet, do so. Let's build this base. And you know what? We'll be back in just a couple minutes on Bleav in San Diego Baseball. Welcome back to Bleav in San Diego Baseball, the podcast. My name is Alex Miniak, the voice of Petco Park, alongside Heath Bell. Heath has his card ready to go. Cards ready to go for Junk Wax Gems. We'll get to that in a second. I know it's been a little quiet on the baseball front last couple weeks. You know, winter meetings ended. We re-signed Michael King. We got Sung Moon Song from the KBO. And then we hit the holidays and things kind of wound down a bit. This is natural. But I feel as though this is a little bit of the calm before the storm, because right around the corner is FanFest. If you have not heard about Padres FanFest, it is back, and it is going to be happening January 31st at Petco Park from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. The tickets are free. You can claim up to 4 tickets at Padres.com. Just like last year, there'll be 2 entry times, 10 a.m. and 1 p.m. And now there are autograph reservations. You have the ability to book an autograph time this year. Reservations are limited, but I know a lot of people jump in line and the lines take forever. And just because, you know, hey, these guys are popular. They're major leaguers. I get it. You know, people want their autographs. But now you'll have a reservation opportunity to jump in line and know exactly when you're going to be in line. So maybe you can maximize your time better when you're at FanFest. Again, all the stuff returns that normally does. The garage sale, kids run the bases. The new merch will be on sale. We'll have the Q&A sessions and all that. But you got to get those tickets first at Padres.com. Again, mark the calendar, January 31st, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. I will be there. I love being the first one to the garage sale, because the garage sale is my favorite part. I pick up all the bobbleheads I missed out on. I maybe sometimes get a jersey. Last year, I got a clubhouse chair. I got an old clubhouse chair that is actually on the other side of my desk here. And I actually use it for my cameos. So when I record cameos, I actually sit in the clubhouse chair, which is fun.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Pick me up some bobbleheads.
Yeah, I'll have to do that.
It's always a good time for the players. It really was. My time, it was always a good time doing that. It was fun seeing the fans and interacting with them. You really get excited. You know, it's like 2 weeks before spring training. You're just like, dude, can we start spring training next week? You know, so you, as a player, you get really excited and pumped up.
No, it ramps up quick. You know, it's either the last week of January or the first week of February. You're right. And then you're into spring training before you know it. And then Peoria is kicking off, and we'll be talking about that. And then it's opening day. So that is really the kickoff to the season. And
we got the WBC this year, so we got a little bit more fun talking.
Yeah, we got three weeks of WBC. And you know what? Up until about last night, when I was going through the calendar for this show, I had forgotten about it. I got a lot on my plate. I'm sorry. I'm in motorsports season. We do have our Junk Wax Gems here. Of course, our cards aren't worth a lot. We're hoping to cash in big someday. But, you know, for now, the stories are worth more than the cards themselves. Heath, you brought one to the party today.
Well, I brought one.
Not particularly.
It's not a total Junk Wax. It's Dave Winfield, the gold or mustard and brown. It's kind of one of the newer cards, make like the older card. I just loved it because, you know, Dave Winfield's awesome. And then 2, that uniform was like the best uniform the Padres have, I think. So
that's a great looking uni.
That's all. That was it's not really Junk Wax. I always bring up the cool cards / not Junk Wax.
Okay, so I have the junk and you've got the cool cards. Now,
yeah.
Because
with yours though.
But because we have to, we don't have any other reason to talk about it. But I do want to take a look at your card real quick, just for value's sake. That what is that again?
It's a Topps Chrome.
Topps
Dave
Chrome.
Winfield. But the problem is I can't find what year.
All right, well, we'll search.
I think
Topps
it's like
Chrome. There are a lot of Topps Chrome Dave Winfield cards. I'm going to look for this one in particular. I mean, there are a lot. But I will say a lot of these are on the higher end. $58, $27, $125.
But it's kind of funny because the outfield, one side is blue, the other one is red. And I don't know any spring training that has that.
Yeah, maybe that's an international field somewhere.
I don't. If this is $50, all right, I'm done. Dinner's on me.
There you go. That's, you know what? We'll have to dive deeper into that one. That may require a little bit more research.
Because it doesn't have a year on the back. It just has, Cooperstown inducted on 01. He was in the draft in 73. His first full year was 77. The All-Star game in 79. But there's not really, even the small print doesn't really have it. Usually small print has, I want to say it's like 2000 or 2001.
Yeah, here's one with Ozzie Smith that goes for like $240. So
I might have to look.
Dave Winfield and Ozzie Smith on the same card. So that's pretty good.
Well, I'll superimpose Ozzie on this one.
I have a card for you, but it's not going to be worth anything like that. It may not even be worth 10% of that. It may not even be 1% of that. This is a 1993 Don Russ Darren Jackson card right here. Now, Junk Wax era is a good-looking card, right? I mean, these are...
Yeah.
These are after the advent of Upper Decks, so they're glossy. They have good photography. There's an action shot even on the back. It's just not the regular old cardboard. Good card stock, well made. Darren Jackson, by the way, born Los Angeles, California, played for the Padres from 89 to 92, played 12 years with the Cubs, Padres, Blue Jays, Mets, White Sox, Twins, and Braves. He was a career .257 hitter. He had 80 home runs, 317 RBI, over 960 plate appearances. In 1994, over 104 games, he actually hit .312. And, of course, that good season was also ruined by the strike. So, sorry for Darren, but Darren's gone on to have quite the second career. He is currently the analyst for the Chicago White Sox radio network with Len Casper, and he's been in the booth for 4 no-hitters and 2 perfect games. So, yeah, I just want a no-hitter at the major league level. I'd be happy with that. I've one at the minor league level, but I'd want one at the major league level. And he's got 4 of them. So I'm kind of jealous. Not gonna lie. Darren Jackson is our Junk Wax Gem of the week, and I promised you that this was going to be worth nothing. And it is now taking the mantle of our lowest valued card amongst our Padres Junk Wax Gem segment. I want to say drum roll, please, but I'm going to let you guess. I'm going to let you have a guess first before.
10 cents.
Higher.
40 cents.
Lower.
25 cents.
Ding, 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 ding. So I give you 3 guesses. It is worth 25 cents. But, hey, good-looking card and great second career for Darren Jackson.
Do you know, I got 2 things. One, if we had 25 pennies, it would be worth more because the pennies are worth more.
Correct.
And then I actually found this one, and it was worth $3.
Oh, so it's not worth $250.
No, it's 2020.
Oh, well, $3 is 12 times the value of Darren Jackson. You won't be taking me out to dinner with that Tops Dave Winfield, but
we'll go to
maybe
taco.
Yeah, I was gonna say, just get me a taco next time you're in town. Well,
it's good.
Well, next time you're on the road is at Padres Fantasy Camp. We look forward to talking to you next week here on Bleav in San Diego Baseball.
So, next week, plan on having some campers. We can get some of the guys. I know Wally Joyner will jump on. Carlos Hernandez might jump on a little bit.
I know Carlos. We go way back.
If Jake shows up, we'll get Jake on there, and maybe we'll get some other guys. Maybe we'll have a couple episodes. We'll just kind of spin them up real.
I love them.
And have a bunch of. I know campers are going to want to be on this, and they're our listeners, so we got to have
right.
them a little bit.
We need them. So you know what? I guess we'll talk to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess we'll talk to him. Well, I look forward to seeing you next week at camp. This is going to get me primed. Well, I see you in Peoria. This is going to get me primed for spring training in the season, so I can't wait.
Sounds good.
All right, for the 3-time All-Star, he is Heath Bell. My name is Alex Miniak, and we'll catch you from Peoria next week on Bleav in San Diego Baseball. Thanks for the $3, Heath.
Yep. See you next week.